Greetings, this is Jar, Citizen Gamer. I wanted to go ahead and do kind of an impromptu walkthrough on the Horizons beta that came out today and kind of give you some information and some tips that I kind of walked into here as I tried this for the first time. One of the things I noticed here off the bat is that the cockpit is a lot more defined here on my Ferdy Lance. I can actually see a lot more detail on it. I guess it has something to do with the fact that the whole multi-crew portion of it coming in. And I do want to show you a couple pieces you're going to need in order to actually do planetfall and get down to the ground. First thing you need to do is you need to buy yourself a planetary approach suite. If you don't have that, well, you're not going to be able to actually enter orbit. Well, you can enter, you can stay outside, but you can't actually make it to the very, very ground. You also need to equip a planetary vehicle hangar. There's different sizes of these, but what the only difference is really is that the larger sizes let you equip more of the scarabs. And this probably also has to do with the multi-crew ability that's going to be coming in as well. So, if you're flying around my Ferdy Lance here, as you can see, probably vaguely here, there's 2 seats in the cockpit. And for that reason, if I have a friend flying along with me, I may want to go ahead and change from a size 2 to, say, a size 4. Maybe dump this fuel out here or whatnot. And drop a second vehicle in. Now, my question is this going to allow people who don't have the expansion to actually join you? And only if they're in the capacity of, say, as a passenger. Also, as well, one of the things I've noticed with the change to 64-bit is that there is it's a lot smoother. When you zone in or come out of jump drive or whatnot into a system, there used to be like a little hang just for a moment. It was very small, but it was noticeable. And it seems now when it went to 64-bit that things got very, very smooth. So let me go ahead and back out of here. We'll go ahead and leave the station and show you what's going on. This gets me really excited for what's for the full release. I think this is going to be a wonderful addition to the game, and if there's 450 billion systems in the game, and you think about an average of 10 planets, I mean, there's some that have a lot more than that, and there's some that have less, but I'd say about 10.
Ship released. Engines engaged. Landing gear retracted.
I mean, that's what, like 4.5 trillion planets to land on? It's ridiculous. I'm really looking forward to this. In the final release, of course. Now, I'm going to try to land on a standard moon, and I'm then going to go ahead and kind of pause the video, take a look around, see if I can find a green, kind of a water world, a more inhabited planet, something more Earth-like, and see if we can land on one of those. I'm not sure if only the barren planets are landable at this point in time. I would really be interested in seeing if there is if they've actually fleshed out planets that have trees and things like that. So, as you can see here on the nav screen, you can see when you select your planets, it shows that there's bases here. Now, let's go ahead and, well, let's go look at a surface map. Why not? Oh, that's awesome. This is actually the first time I've seen this. No points of interest. No, that wasn't that exciting. Oh, what's this? Hey! Alright. Let's select that. Alright. Let's set course and get underway. It's not that far away. Shouldn't take that long.
Frameshift drive charging. 4, 3, 2, 1. Engage.
And yes, I was a weirdo and bought the bobblehead because it's fun. can make it agree with you. Alright. Now, as you approach a planet, one of the nice things here is that, see that circle where I have the targeted on the penal colony? Now, if that was on the other side of the planet, what I'm seeing is that that line, that circle, would have checkered dots around it. It's kind of a nice little change they've made that helps indicate that something's on the other side of something, so you have a little bit better visual feedback. Now, as you get close to these planets, no load times, and you want to come in actually a little bit slower than you're used to, because, and also kind of come in at a somewhat more shallow angle here, because you're going to be, see right there, that's a big warning right there. Don't hit the planet. This looks like a modern day fighter. It's just amazing. See, look at that indicator way off in the distance. See, it's behind the planet, way off to the right of the screen here, or the right of the, that's showing that it's behind the planet, that particular marker. That's a great change. It's a minor change, but definitely a welcome one. Now, once I get close, it'll kick us down into a glide mode. We can make our way towards that penal colony. Alright, there we go. Hear the creaking of the ship. It's really amazing. Good sounds. Elite Dangerous never lets you down on sounds. Alright, there we go. We're on a glide, so we should be slowing down now. I just hope they don't start shooting at me. I have no idea what they'll do. First time I've ever been here. Let's fly over it first. How cool is that? Oh, apparently that was a trespass zone. You know, with a system like this, they really need to start giving, make a full-fledged guild system, and they need to also incorporate a way to control or own territories or planets. So you have guilds fighting each other for territory and control. That would just be, it would add so much to the game. Alright, so let's go ahead and bring us down.
Landing gear deployed.
There we go. Now, before when you press 3, you kind of zoom in on your radar. And what they have now when you press 3 is this. You see your ship. And I guess you're going to have different vehicles in the future. But right now, let's go ahead and deploy. It drives really well with the stick. It feels very much like using a steering wheel. And it's a real thrill for me to be able to, like, drive around my Ferdy Lance like this. Let's get away from it just a little bit here. Isn't that nice? You can really now start to appreciate the scale, the size of some of these ships. Alright, so let's send it out of here because I don't want to get blown up. She's going to head out to orbit until I call her back, and she'll find a nearby landing spot. That is just amazing. Sorry, I feel like a kid in the candy store with all this stuff. Whoa. Of course, you have your thrusters. Oop. Let's try to see if I need to deploy my guns, but apparently they're already deployed by default. Probably don't even retract, come to think of it. That is cool. You know, I can remember growing up playing things like X-Wing and Wing Commander, Privateer, and would have killed to have something like this. You know, you had these experiences, but only in your head. That's just amazing. And of course, they have new missions and things that go along with these planetary landings and whatnot. The vehicle drives really good. Like any vehicle, though, if you go too fast, you can flip it or whatnot. And you can rectify that with thrusters and things, but I mean, you have to treat this thing like a car. Just like in real life, you just don't hammer down the throttle. But man, it rides so well. All right, let's move away from the base a little bit here. Oh. All right. I mean, that is just amazing. I love it. Well, let me go ahead and call my ship back, and let's see if I can scan some of the local systems. See if I can find a more green. And if not, well, I'll let you know. It might not be in yet. That should be far enough away. So you press 3 again, go back into that. Oh, activate turret. What is that? Leave settlement. Oh, okay, that's interesting. You have to get a certain distance away. See, you learn something new. What is that? Space Stonehenge or something. Nope. It's just big old rocks. gotta be careful with these rocks too. You drive over them, hit them too hard, they will flip you. See? Those aren't just, oh crap. Those aren't just, graphical details. They're physical objects. Alright, am I far enough away yet? Of course not. Whoa! That's what I'm talking about. Whoa! So obviously in rough patches of land like this, you're going to want to go a little bit slower. There we go. Put the brakes on here. This planet has 0.03 gravity. That's pretty much almost no gravity whatsoever. You can see that just above the little picture of the rover there. It gives you some information about the planet. Alright, so get your countdown. She's coming somewhere. Oh, I hear it. Whoa. There she is. Now, I found initially speaking that the first time I tried to dock inside the ship, I had to line it up just right. I'm really impressed, Frontier. You guys have done an amazing job here. I look forward to seeing what you do with the first-person portion of this. All right. You gotta go real slow into here. Oops. I need a... There we go. A little bit clearer indicator, but not too bad. You'll get used to it. You have to almost be... It'd be pretty close to where you're exactly underneath the loading bay for everything to kind of kick in. There you go. And, yeah, as you can see there, hold vertical thrust to launch. So I have to go ahead and use my strafe up button. Hold that in. Drive start to engage.
Landing gear retracted.
All right. Here's a fun one. We're not that far off the ground. Ah, still mass locked. I thought I could do it closer than that. But you can still do it in the atmosphere. Yeah, that's actually pretty close. I'm only 2 kilometers up.
4, 3,
This is just
2,
really just
1.
everything I kind
Engage.
of wanted to see for a long time in a space game. All right. Let me back the throttle down a bit here. I'm going to do some quick looking, see if I can find a planet that's local, a nearby system or whatnot that's green that we can land on. Alright, there we have it. So it looks like the Earth type, Earth-like world, you can't land on those. And I guess it's probably because they don't want to try to flesh out entire cities or whatnot, or maybe that's still to come. It looks like right now most of the places you're going to be landing are uh, basically your non-terraformed uh, vacuous moons or whatnot, and that's still just amazing. That's a lot of places to land still. You know, if these planets are the scale that they're showing them, you could spend your entire gaming life in one star system. And wait a minute. Oh, what if you could see the rings in the ground? I bet you can. Save that for another day. All right, guys. Well, thanks for your joining me on this little first tour of the new Horizons expansion. I look forward to seeing the full release. And as always, this is Jarvis signing out.